Multiply polynomials. Working from left to right, we begin by multiplying the like terms. So for instance, if we have 2a to the 4th times 3a squared b, you can only multiply the 2 times the 3. So that would then be, as we move left to right, that's 6. The next thing is, for like terms, we have a as our base, and we can multiply those together. And when we multiply exponents together, we're actually adding our exponents. So we have a 4 plus 2, and then we have b. So this becomes 6a to the 6th power b. And so when multiplying variables, we add the exponents. And if there is no exponent, we assume the exponent is 1. So let's do an example. Example 1. Simplify this following expression. So we work left to right. We notice we have a 2 and a 3. So then we would multiply those two together. So we would get 2 times 3, which is equal to 6. Next we move on to a's. So we have a squared times a squared. And we always add our exponents when multiplying. So we have a 2 plus 2. Another way to think about this, a squared times a squared is really a times a times a times a. So that's just a to the 4th. So that's why we add the exponent. Next we move on to b. So we don't have an exponent on the second b, so we can assume it's 1. So b to the 4th and b to the 1. So we would just rewrite it as b to the 4th plus 1. And then lastly, we would look at c. So we have c to the 1 power times c to the 2nd power. So you have c 1 plus 2. So when we add all the exponents together, so we have 6a to the 4th, b to the 5th, c to the 3rd. And this would be our simplified version of this expression. So let's do another example. Simplify this following expression. So once again, we can multiply our numbers together. So we have 3 times 4, which is equal to 12. Next, we have an r here and an r here. Now this first r doesn't have an exponent, so we can assume it's 1. So we have r to the 1 power plus 2 from this second power. Now we can move on to s, and we see we only have one s, and so we can't multiply it by anything else because you can only multiply like terms. So that's just s to the 4th. Next we have t. So we have t squared times t squared. So we have 2t plus 2. So then this just becomes 12 r to the 3rd, s to the 4th, t to the 4th. And this would be our simplified version of the first expression shown.